Is it better out of a glass? Oh, man. Funky cool Medina. Claritin beer, man. You're going to have to step up your game if you want to get my attention. So, I had this shit, man, written down. It's just a little fraction. So, feeling like I got to get this all out. I got time right now. So, Roosevelt Junior High. I looked this up recently. I was like, I'm 48. And I was like, I wonder how young the youngest president was. It turns out it was Roosevelt, 42 years old. 42 years old. 42. Tune in with me, motherfucker. Toontown. Out tuna. Robert Sutton. Now he's Patrick McMaster. What? So I got a couple things from Roosevelt Junior High. I spent 2.5 years there. I turned 13 and I was like, I had the freedom to go live with my father, who was a kick-ass, fun motherfucker. He jumped out of airplanes and shot guns, and killed fish, and broke laws and laughed about it, and enforced laws and laughed about it. Woo! I think it's gonna help my immune system. Okay, evil twin fight. So I get to Roosevelt and I'm a wrestler, and you know, the punks, or no, not punks. What was he? He was an outcast. He had a twin. He was really ugly, but big. Was he on the wrestling team? I don't know his name. Anyway, I'm this kind of like nerd, but like kind of popular, but not popular. Good looking, but like not good looking. The fuck was I? Oh, a very lost 13-year-old. So I was walking down the hallway holding these books, and this hooligan comes up to me and slaps the books out of my hand, and then a circle forms immediately. And I don't have many friends. I'm just brand new there. I'm from this stupid little podunk Catholic school, St. Patrick's. The evil twin, I call him. Evil twin. And he goes back and to punch me, and I'm standing there like, what the hell's going on? And he fucking boom, right in the face. My head flies back, and I'm like, I don't fall down. It's weird. And when I didn't fall down, he made this like kind of like scared face. And then he went to draw back again. And I stood there, and there were screams and shouts, and it's like, fuck this. So I ducked out of the way, and all of his energy went past me. And then I was able to get from him behind, and I put him in a headlock. And then I grabbed his head, squeezed really hard, and rammed it into the fucking lockers. And he bounced back like this, and then I fucking jabbed him right in the face. Yeah. And then I went to the office. And my dad picked me up, and he was very pleased. I beat up the bully. And then my dad took me deer hunting. He told me, The Deer Hunter. It's filmed in Claritin. You gotta see it. My dad's a Vietnam vet. I heard about him maybe being tortured, something. I don't know. He definitely fucking tortured the shit out of me. But good movie from him. And Russian. It's like the Russians. They were Russians. American Russians. In Vietnam. Good movie. So he took me deer hunting, and he said, hey, I was really good. I was going skeet shooting, skeet, and I was doing perfect rounds at like 13, 14, pow, 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 pow. The birds just crack, fall out of space. Yeah, I was like competing with this dude he got perfect rounds of 410s. Like, who the hell was this guy shooting perfect rounds of skeet with a 410? Anyway, anyhow, anywho, Annie, what's the point of it? snort or something, right? So he had these like headphones and headset, like microphones and all this high-tech gadgets and like night scopes and shit during the day. No, he didn't have it out during the day, but like he was all this high-tech gear and he knew where to set me and I set up and like I hadn't been out in the woods. I mean, I've been out in the woods a lot, but I've always scared the deer away. I didn't go out in the woods ever and be like, let me see some deer. So like I didn't have any experience with deer like coming up to me. They're fucking really dumb. If you're quiet enough. And this deer, Wayne was watching me with the binoculars and he had the headsets. He's like, you see these deer coming? I'm like, yeah, I see them coming. And there's like these deer and they're walking. And he said, don't take the shot unless you can get through the heart. And I'm like, oh, there's the heart. Oh, no, I don't have the shot anymore. So like there was a blip, missed the shot. I can't see his heart. These deer walk right in front of me. And Wayne comes over and he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why didn't you take the shot? And I was like, I couldn't get through the heart. He's like, knucklehead, you could have shot it in the face. It is. I didn't know I could shoot it in the face. That seems like, I don't know. Seems like a bullet might seems like a lot of bone and shit. So and then you would have like this mutilated deer like walking around like, I'm missing half my face. Still eating, still walking, but like no face. So I didn't know. I still don't know if I'd shoot a deer in the face. It seems like a weird place to shoot it. No, I wouldn't. I'm not going to go deer hunting with a rifle. I'm going to go with a bow. And a bow, you're not going to shoot a deer in the face. So, fuck you, Dad. Should I say that for last? Okay, no, I'll do this one for skydiving. So he was a skydiver, and like that's really cool. It was back in the time when there weren't as many skydivers. So I went to, he'd jump into these football games, which... like, he was probably really sad that didn't give a flying fuck about the football games that he was jumping into. Because apparently, like, the football players thought he was a big deal. Or maybe the cheerleaders or whoever, I don't know. Some weird high school, like, what are you trying to, like, why? Anyway, he takes me up into this plane. And, he told the pilot, he's like, this is little, like, to the pilot, don't tell him. So I'm with my dad, he has a parachute on, he jumps out. And I'm in the plane, and I'm like watching him fall. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy, man. Crazy. My dad is fucking badass. And then I'm like, well, when's the parachute coming in? And I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh, fuck, when's the parachute? What's going on? Oh, no. I'm starting to freak out. And the pilot's not saying anything at all. And I'm like, his parachute's not opening. And I'm like, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know how long it was, but of like my dad's dead. My dad's fucking dead, freaking out. He's dead. He's dead. I don't have a dad anymore. I just saw him die. Jesus Christ. Freaking out, screaming. The pilot's not saying anything. And all of a sudden, poof, I see a little parachute. I'm like, what the fuck? So my dad told the pilot not to tell me that there's this optical illusion that makes it look like you're going to die. And so I have this written down. I don't know why. He shows me the Necker cube, because I got into like hypercubes, four-dimensional like thinking, and like I'm sure it influenced my 801, which is not about 4 dimensions. Are there even any dimensions in the one? I guess the one, yeah. One requires a dimension, because without a dimensions, you can't have one. And 0, impossible. Sure. Infinity, yeah. Infinity, you can't. It's hard to measure against that too. Yeah, 1. Necker cube. Beep, beep, beep. So I liked it. Depending on your perspective, it's like, oh, that's the front. No, that's the front. No, that's the front. No, that's the front. Dildos. Oh, I'm running out of Roosevelt Junior High. So I'm going out of order here on the but my daddy is dildo, or probably Laura's dildo. I don't know. It might have been my daddy's dildo. Probably not. Oh, Dad, man, you missed out, dude. That thing was too big anyway. So I'm thinking it had to go in a vag, not in a fucking butthole, because like that's a giant dick. So this was a dick for Laura. Anyway, again! See, if I had the time, I'd go back, edit it out, and like replace that anyway with some motherfucking other shit. I was really bothering me. Really bothering me. I want to stop it so bad. Oh, this beer is terrible. So, my stepsister Kim, who had some privilege like me, because I was the golden child until the black sheep, but Kim was like golden titties. She was like big titties, a little bitty waist, and like these hips, and not bad in the face. Yeah, I had the hots for her. She was my stepsister. Don't judge. Anyway, I think my father had the hots for her too. She got special privileges because Kitty and Jenny, they were both fat. And Kim was really smart. So Kim was a prize. Kim is a prize. I don't know. I haven't talked to Kim forever. But her and I, we got like, somehow we were able to like watch pornos. I'm not pulling that out of my ass. Like, I don't know if Wayne accidentally left a porno in a VCR or something, but at some point, my stepsister, my older, hot, big boob stepsister, big titty. We gotta use the right terminology here. Big titty, okay? Big titty. Big old titty. Ooh, yum. We got to watch some pornos together. Not much, but I remember in the mezzanine, watching pornos with my hot stepsister. And it seemed to like normalize it. Like, it's okay. I mean, I wasn't whipping my dick out and she wasn't like petting her puss or anything, but still. So I knew that there were pornos in my father's room. And occasionally, before, I would sneak into his room and like see his possessions because they fascinated me. And mostly it was on his dresser. He had this thing with like little trophies, like Bronze Star, a medal for some shooting competition, and a class ring, maybe a fencing. He was a fencer in school, so, and like a comb and some gold like coins. It's just like, what is this shit? What is it? What does it mean? He is really interesting. And so intrigued, I went into the closet. Oh man, Claritin beer. And on the top there was this very magnetic leather bag. I opened it was like the holy grail. A stack of pornos like this, porno tapes, lube, Polaroids, and a giant dildo. I was like, oh man, yeah, I can't wait to grow up. Being an adult looks really fun. And Laura, she's kind of stuffy. Imagine what a real, like, interesting girl has in her fucking black leather sex bag. Cannot wait. And I saw it, and it's like, the more toys, kind of like the more vanilla. You don't need toys. I mean, some toys are fun, especially if you want to do the swinging thing with only one person. You kind of need some accessories. But what's the favorite accessory? Oh, just the simple. Which, watch it, girls. Watch it. You still want your man to be able to please you, and if you pay too much attention to that vibrator, man, the guy has no hope. I know what you'll do. You're going to find a man, you're going to be like, be comfortable with me, like having this vibrator on here when you're fucking me. And 99% of the guys are going to be like, I don't care what you're doing as long as you let me jack off inside your hole. But, okay, so I was really excited. I saw some Polaroids. I don't remember exactly what they were, but it was my stepmother and my father naked with uglies. Uglies everywhere. Ooh. Hair. It was back in the day of hair. I need to trim myself, Whenever I'm not really hitting it all the time, or there's some distance, I tend to let my bush go until it grosses me out. Not super hairy, I'm Irish or something or whatever. I don't know. But so I sneaked 2 porno mags, put them underneath my waterbed. Yeah, I had a waterbed. I mean, my dad's cool. I don't really like waterbeds, but you know, one of my friends had them, and I was like, yeah, fuck, man, I got a waterbed. I got an awesome view. I got porno mags. I got a couple cigars under there. I'm like, hey, Hugh Hefner or whatever. Like, this is and my stepsister, she's like, I can hear you jerking off, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I remember first time I busted a nut, I was like looking out at the sunrise, and like, just like I had jerked off a couple times, but it never happened before, and I was like, oh, something's happening. I've heard about it, and it was like painful. It's like, ah, oh, more. So I don't know why my stepmother was making my bed, because I took care of my place. I kept everything clean, and I did my sheets and all that. But she made the bed, and she found those porno mags. And I came home from Roosevelt Junior High, and walked up into my attic bedroom, and I went in. Everything I owned was gone. Nothing. And I knew, you know, there's only like 2 things. I had porno mags and a little cigar underneath it, and that was the only contraband I had. So I pulled back the water bed, which had no sheets, and I was like, oh, they're gone. Okay. And I was like, at that point, I had already gotten caught, busted, you know, with the condoms, or he thought I was doing drugs. So, you know, he thought I was doing drugs, and now I'm violating his privacy with porno mags. Red porno mags. So yeah, it was wrong going into his closet, for sure. The temptation was unbearable. And the reward. Ooh, man. Even though they were hairy, like gross 70s chicks, man, and dicks. So I ran away. And I ran away to state college. I stayed at my friend's house. He's still super proud of that. I was like, hey man, I'll let you stay here. My mom was cool. We knew your dad was psycho. And I'm like, did you know you and your mom are psycho? So he let me stay there. And then I went to state college in Penn State, and got a job renovating apartments for rich college kids, and made more money there than I did at the Ritz-Carlton in New Orleans, which is like, what? And I was staying with a friend, and he was this big gas huffer, so I did that for a while, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, this is gonna destroy your brain. That's no good. Dad's dildo and the empty room. I ran away, and then I went back to my mother's house. So that's Roosevelt Junior High. Vote for me.